Today we're setting up the final home to my electric eel and moving him into it.
Watch your step.
And I know what you're thinking. Joey, we've heard that before. You've moved that guy around more than a ping pong ball gets moved around. And I guess I have to agree with you. You see, when we got him, he started out underneath my desk. It was kind of the only place that I had for him. And I thought to myself, an electric eel on the ground, it just doesn't make sense. He has so much to teach us. Let's put him in my basement, of all places. So I moved him to my basement, and that's when I realized, Joey, no matter what you do to your basement, you never go in it. Why do you keep trying to put fish down there? The gallery is the gallery, your house is your house. So I brought him back out here. And we put him up against this wall. We even had like a tree growing out of it. This is the remnants of that tree. It still kind of looks cool, so I left it there. And that is where we learnt the most about the electric eel. But once again, Joey's got to make changes. Joey's got to move things around. Joey's never satisfied. And I was building this rack. I built this rack and I put all these 180s under it, and I thought if I put the electric eel under it, it would give it this wow factor. Like, wow, it even has an electric eel. But because I did that, we no longer learn about him. The most we learned was when he was against the wall. And I haven't really enjoyed him underneath the aquarium rack on the floor once again. Putting fish on the floor is never a good idea, so much as you should never put baby in the corner. I mean, putting fish on the floor is sometimes okay. I mean, maybe if you're breeding them, maybe you don't need to look at them a lot. Maybe you need to leave them alone a lot. Or maybe you just need fish on the floor because you have such an immense rack. But this is an electric eel. We've discovered how to listen to it, how to see it, how to measure its voltage. It's such a cool fish. And I thought to myself, one of my favorite aquariums in the aquarium gallery of all time was the Rainbow Fish Aquarium. I know I should have never have shut that down, but having a tank, almost like a room separator, is an amazing idea. So I took these cinder blocks, I built them up to be 32 inches tall. Then I took some 6x2s and I built the base of the aquarium. Putting this around 37.5 inches tall, add in some 3/4 inch plywood to make sure this is true and flat, plus some gym matting to absorb any irregularities. And I took the tank back out here. With the help of my son, of course, because these 180-gallon aquariums made out of 1/2 inch glass weigh around 300 pounds. So here, he will live. Now, I don't want to, cause any issues, but you might be noticing that I'm putting all the coolest fish over onto the north end of the aquarium gallery. You know, electric eel, eventually the Asian arowana is going into 375, the piranha are going to take over the 2000, and then we have the 700 community planted aquarium, and it's almost as if I'm sort of shutting this racking system down. You see, I like change, and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. When it comes to aquarium keeping, fish keeping, etc., I've worked really hard for the past 18 years, but I'm really lucky and I'm really blessed to be able to shuffle things around and to do different things and to try different things. I get to put them here, I get to put them there, and most people will never get to kind of move their tanks around. You have one spot in your house or one spot in your apartment, and you're limited on budget and space, etc., and that's what you got to do. But for me, the gallery, well, you guys fuel everything that I do. So I've thought to myself recently, Joey, if you could my apologies for talking in third person, but if I could do anything to the aquarium gallery, what would I do? Well, I have my main fish and I have my main aquariums, the 2000, the 375, the 700, and now the electric eel aquarium. But if asked if I had to do anything different to the aquarium gallery, I love the direction of the north end, but the south side, with all these aquariums that I built and the racking system that I built and customized everything, I never finished it because one thing got to me, and that was simple. Man, I miss that 10 tank rack system. Remember the 10 120 gallon tanks? What if I brought it back? What if not only did I bring it back, but what if maybe I kind of did it differently? And what I mean by that is maybe the tanks are slightly different sized. Obviously all the same sizes, but what if I did a DIY element to all of it? Very interesting concept. All of my fish, where you guys have no input on this side, and then we have the 10 tank rack system, which we can play with. No more moving this stuff. Let's play with this stuff. I gotta sleep on it. But for right now, and in today's video, we'll move the electric eel. The scape for this tank is simple. I'm thinking standing logs, nothing too crazy. And we don't want too much going on in this aquarium. We're still kind of learning a lot about the electric eel. And I'd like to continue that theme moving forward. The scape is simple. Now that we know more about the electric eel, which is crazy to even say, I think what I want to do is a sand that he could dig himself around and some standing logs. Some mixed substrate with some coarse gravel as well as pool filtration sand type of play sand inside of it, and we'll call it a day. We'll put a 4-foot light over it. I'm thinking maybe we push the light towards the forefront of the tank, so it's kind of lighting this up with giving him a dark refuge in the back. We'll only ever feed right here in this open space. This open space allows us to see him eat and interact and learn more about him. Now that I know what I know, owning an electric eel and actually having hands-on experience, as well as putting him in different environments, I know that they do like a soft substrate. They also like to be able to find their food easily. They also like to have a subdued area to kind of go relax in. However, if you give an eel and or a knife fish, which an electric eel technically is, a place to actually hide, it will stay there entirely and never really come out. So I think this will be an easy environment, not only for the electric eel to navigate itself, plus have an environment to kind of chill out in, but also a tank and an aquarium where we can actually enjoy him and interact with them, because the electric eel, believe it or not, is incredibly interactive. Now, before we move any further, we're gonna have to address the elephant in the room, and that is these wooden logs. They're not real, however. They will tip over. Look at this one already tipped over just because it got a little air in it. This is the most annoying thing about using non-real decorations is they're not like weighted. So we kind of want to just toss in some river stone just to weigh them down. River stone are just these smooth rocks, inert. I'm tipping them when I put them in because there are holes at the bottom of these, and I don't want these rocks to fall 2 feet into the hole. Now we're putting in a 2+ foot fish into here as well, and he can tip these over if he so chooses. Once the tank is filled up, we'll come back and we'll kind of bury them a little bit better. But the next thing we have to do right now is get its filter hooked up. So this is the electrical eels aquarium right now. He's absolutely almost unearthed all of his Balanceria. It's kind of like just sitting up there. This is why I wasn't going to do planted tanks with him. He liked it at first. The plants grew, and then he just kind of sort of made it his own. But look how interactive he is. He's just looking at me. What a cool dude, eh? Of course we need to get him over here. Of course, it only makes sense. So for the filtration, 2 filters on this aquarium right now, a Fluval FX6 and an Eheim Professional 4 Plus. This is sucking water from here and feeding it to these 2 top aquariums, which have drilled overflows. As water rises in that from this canister, putting water in there, it overflows back down through these drain pipes. So if I take his main filter of an FX6, this system still has at least some biological and mechanical filtration, but it has a tremendous amount of plants in all of it as well. However, I'm going to take this because it's already cycled, it's already good to go, it's his, but we also have another filter, an FX6 filter sitting right here, that's not hooked up to anything that I'll replace it with here shortly. The only thing I want is everything that's inside of that. Hopefully, this isn't what we should be concerned about. I have maybe 6 inches of space to net him. I can't net him over there. There's a massive log back there. I can only get him over here. Now, I know that we've always told everybody 6 inches is a lot, but not a lot to catch a 2+ foot electric eel. I don't even know how long he is, but he loves this tank. And look as he navigates it and goes through it and whatnot. They're so amazing. Like this, and throw it over like this.
Because I'm left-handed. I'm right-handed.
Well, hold the camera with your right hand and throw it with your left. So this is probably the most dangerous move of the electric eel that I've ever done. Usually we have 3 people, one documenting it for you guys, one my son.
Throw the towel.
We'll throw the towel, open doors.
Get your gloves.
But these are just work gloves. They'll grip the electric eel if it jumps out. It won't protect me from electric shocks, but I am worried that it will jump behind the aquarium. It'll jump over there.
I don't like the things you're saying.
Well,
don't you think we should clean up the floor first so
no,
there's like a
we're in.
path?
We're going. He's in it. No. Come back. He came back. Why would bro come back? He's gonna flip out. What?
He's a pretty good listener.
Are you recording?
He's going, yeah. Well, he fell out. He's like a big electric worm.
It's a knife fish.
Oh,
okay.
I don't want
Are you ready for the...
Not
it has to be now.
You're freaking me out.
It's pretty bad.
You're scaring me.
No, I can feel him through the net.
I can see him moving! No.
Oh, no.
No, this is like way worse than any time we've
I can't tighten this in it.
He's bigger now.
He's huge.
And I feel like we used a different net before.
You have to be ready with that.
I am, but he's like...
And as soon as I say go, I'm going to try to yank him out of here. Like right around here, yeah. Like right around there. Toss the...
I don't want to be near him.
Toss that over him so that...
Where'd he go? Oh, he's over here on this side.
Okay. There's a lot of frog bit in this tank.
Yeah, my bad.
How they can swim frontwards and backwards.
Yeah.
You might be right. This might be a bad idea. Always
That
film
tank's
me, baby.
completely open, right?
The tank is completely opened at this point. It's back here somewhere. Behind like a really big log.
No, I think he's just sitting here. I can see his head over here. He's just
He'll come
sitting-
out.
He's just
But next
sitting
time
there.
I get him to come out, I gotta get him.
He's just sitting there.
All right, I'm gonna have to move this log. Oh, I can feel him.
He's probably pissed. Here he comes.
Where?
To this side.
Okay. Look at
Yeah.
this frog bit.
Don't even talk to me about that. I was so excited to get some. Everyone was like, "You're gonna regret it." I was like, "No, I love it." Now it's yours.
The stick is just to coerce him. Ooh, I can feel him in the water. He's shocking.
He's not happy.
He's stressed. You wouldn't be so stressed if I got you out this way. Okay, this is it.
Wait a minute.
We'll get some water or air. He's in the net. Okay, net or put it over.
Fix it yourself.
Ah! He got me.
Yeah, well,
Okay, watch out.
what the heck? Get it away from me.
Right here. Oh, damn. Oh, he's trying to get out of the net. Out it. Did he get out? Okay, he's out.
in there.
Okay, swim out, bro. Like,
There he goes.
and that, my friends, is how you easily move an electric eel. Now let's talk about lids. Of course that camera wasn't recording. Yeah, he got me. Little zap, but it's just a little zap. We're gonna put on. These are lighthouse roofing panels.
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse. These are greenhouse lighting panels to keep humidity down and the fish in the aquarium. Oh my lord, that looks cool. So the electric eel isn't much of a jumper. They're not like escape artists. But if they can get out, they will get out. I wouldn't say you even need a tight-fitting lid. They're not, like I said, jumpers. We're going to cut out little paths for the input and output of the filters. Okay, we're done for now. We'll come back tomorrow and look at him. So the next day, the tank has cleared up and the electric eel is out. It looks absolutely stunning. However, when I first added the Finex 4-foot-long Stingray light, which only costs $100, the light was literally too bright for a 6-foot-long tank, 180 gallons. The eel was over in his shaded area, even with food added to the tank. So I turned this light down by 50% and he immediately came out. Now, when I turn the light on and it's like this perfect coloration, it just makes the tank and all the colors pop and it lights it up it just lights it up amazing. And it's right on top of the tank. So I've been using pendant lights a lot lately, and you get a lot of room spill and light spill, and I'm really excited to go back to like these strip lights like this, and thankfully I've got these Finex lights. But as soon as I added that on, he starts eating very next day, And he just looks absolutely incredible in this. Now I'm going to turn on the piranha tank, which is still the piranha tank, just for now at least. And now this corner of the aquarium gallery is by far the favorite section of the gallery, period. Imagine once we upgrade these lights to make them look more natural. They've got like a pinkish hue to it that looks completely unnatural. And the piranha in the 2000, but my Asian arowana is going to go there. We'll be able to enjoy him much more, as well as the electric eel, and have a 2,000-gallon piranha aquarium. Yeah. Plus this electric eel acting as a room divider. And when we come on the other side, if of course we kind of upgrade the 10 racking system, its background over there is going to be 10 amazing tanks. I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. But I'm not so sure we've seen the electric eel so active and kind of enjoying this environment. But I guess you can say that although we've moved him around quite a bit, and switch tanks up and this, that, and the other thing, a lot of the times you don't get it right the first time, or there's always going to be a time that maybe a tank looks better somewhere else, or something along those lines, where you might even wish like, oh darn, I wish I would have had it here or there, I wish I had more space, etc., etc. And like I'm saying, I'm really lucky, I'm really blessed to have the aquarium gallery, plus the mind of an adult with ADHD that has to constantly change things and get to experience things and make adjustments to everything. But look at his body. He's absolutely perfect condition. I don't think I've ever seen an electric eel look like this. I think in the near future we might add a few little fish in here for him. They'd have to be really small. Perhaps maybe even some sort of a cardinal tetra or neon tetra or something along those lines. Maybe just a small school or something like that, because I think they'll be just fine. But I do have a question, and I want to go back to learning more about him. I want to hook up his speaker system, his lighting system, but also test what happens if I ground him or ground this aquarium. Let me know what you think might happen in the comment section below. But if you like this tank, if you like the change that I've made, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.